Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise is brought to you in partnership with Drive Media and Consulting and their premier sponsors. Subscribe on your favorite streaming platforms and share. If you just found us, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Denise DiGrigoli has spent her life in the creative industries as an entrepreneur, helping people transform their visions into thriving businesses, working with individuals and teams to find their purpose and live their life vibrantly. On her pod, Denise delivers business intel and life hacks with wit and wisdom in short shots like a strong espresso with a solid sense of humor. Enjoy this episode of Mav's Coffee Clarity, and here's Mav.
You know, the music can change a lot of things. It can create a mood. It can kill a mood. Welcome, my friends. You are on Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise. Every week, I'm spilling the beans, maverick wisdom designed to move you forward in work, love, and life. And come on, my friends, who doesn't need a little of that now and again? We do tape in or record in short formats, 18, 27, 36, or 45 minutes because we're busy and we got stuff to do. My goal with this show is to really share some ideas, business intel, and life hacks so that you can be inspired and move forward. And every week, I interview some fascinating people, knowns to unknowns, creative, forward-thinking people. And on the other weeks, it's just Mav with a short shot. So today, a question came in. Actually, it came in last week. But today I wanted to address a question that came in about competition. Many times when I'm working with a client, the thing we focus in on is what the competition is doing. And we look at the competitors, we see the products, the services, how they're positioning themselves. We try to project who the audience is and how we can differentiate. So the question came in, it comes through the contact page at denisedegrigoli.com. You know, I'm revamping a business. I'm trying to bring my business development and sales team along, and the competition is fierce, and I don't want to compete on price. And everybody that listens to Mav's Coffee Clarity knows unless you're a commodity, I don't really want to compete on price. I want to compete on value. And the word compete can ratchet us up. Like, okay, how do I compete? Well, I start off with competing only with myself. Am I better than I was yesterday or 10 years ago? That's good. When I start really comparing myself to others, oh, Jane Doe, she looks young, and Jane Doe looks, whatever, and Jane Doe has this yacht and this house and this whatever. I'm whatevering. No. Only compare yourself to where you've come from. That's how I feel myself, because I have goals. So I try to bring out the client's goals or visions. So I'd ask this person that submitted, dear gentle reader, okay, something that you're noticing in the competition is making you feel like you don't have it or you need it. Fair enough. Think about what Starbucks did, Howard Schultz, when he turned around the coffee industry. Hey, but Dunkin' Donuts is still selling coffee. So is Panera. So is the handmade boutique roaster down the street. What's the differentiator? I'd venture to say it's product. Some people want a high quality product. Some people don't care. They just need their caffeine. Some people want the experience of sitting in a place that's well decorated, music, smells, scents. Some people just want to be caffeinated. So first I would say to my dear gentle listener, viewer, audience, guest, thank you. Thank you for the question. It's a good one. And I riddle myself with that too. I will talk to you about what I'm doing with the podcast in just a second, but let me finish the coffee thought. There's days when I want to roll through Dunkin' because I'm needing to get somewhere and I just need caffeine. And there's days I want to sit in a luxurious little coffee shop and have a beautiful slow roast of some exotic blend with a hint of cinnamon and chill out and chat with a friend, which is basically the premise of the show. The experience of sharing conversation over coffee can be so real and so authentic. So I would ask you, what is it in the competitors you think you're missing? And do you want to deliver that? And do you have the resources to deliver that? And will it make a difference in your revenue? That's just straight up business. Are we going for revenue, margin, market share, or all of it? And do you have the resources to do it? And can you get everybody in the mindset of whatever that vision is? If you change your vision like you play ping pong or pickleball, probably not going to give you solid results. I feel like competition is good. It's what keeps this world, moving. But I also think what works in competition is your unique differentiator. And in the old days, there's all kinds of marketing terms. Unique selling proposition, your pitch, who's your buying persona. It was who was your target audience. Let's just get away from all the rhetoric. There's competition in everything. Automotives, houses, coffee, sneakers, financial services, lawyers. I mean, it goes on and on. There's no one industry where there's only one person or one company doing it. So here's the news flash, my friends. You have competition. So let's not get scared of it. It can make us feel like deer in headlights. So oftentimes in a business revamp or refresh, we do consider the competition. But I always say, let's design a game plan that's unique to you, just like your life is unique to you. So, and your goals and your dreams and your personal hobbies are unique to you. Each one of us is unique. That's the beauty of the gifts that we bring to the table. Competition kind of gives us a little rocket fuel because, we want to be the person that has, I guess we would say, the best offering. However, the podcast market is saturated, and we know that. However, it's also one of the biggest growing markets going. So what's the differentiator? Well, it's what you bring to the table. The old school of sales say people buy from you and they buy from companies they can trust. So if you're selling a great cup of coffee and it's consistent and predictable, spent a lot of time in my professional career in the trade show and event business and exhibition business and fine art and healthcare. And the one thing I think is universal, and let me not forget to say I grew up in an automotive services company. So dealing with the public and dealing with personas has been part of my repertoire since I was young. And I hope you're listening to last week's short shot on confidence, because we have to talk to people and we have to be able to talk to people off the cuff. And when we talk to people, we learn about their likes and their dislikes. And to me, that's more important because then I can tailor my product or my service to what my audience likes and dislikes. Okay, hopefully my competition is doing the same. There's a reason why two gas stations put themselves on opposing corners because they know the competition is going to bring them revenue. That's just the truth. And 80% of your business comes from 20% of your best customers. So I would say as we're worrying about competition, let's talk to our clients, our customers, our prospects. What's working for them? What's not working for them? That's going to be your differentiator. And that's going to put you ahead of your competition. Now, if you're going for market share and you're selling sneakers, which is kind of a commodity now, I know some of them give you this lift and that lift and the ability to train in this sport or that sport. Okay. So maybe it's not a commodity to some of the people in the sneaker manufacturing world. But the bottom line is you can buy sneakers from, Target all the way up to, $900 sneakers that are going to do wonders. There is a chair for every rumpus, and there is a cover for every pot. The one thing I learned the hard way early on in business is trying to be all things to everybody. It can cannibalize you, especially if you don't have giant resources or venture capital money behind you to put a plethora of ideas and out to market. Actually, I even almost scrapped that thought, because it's not only VC money, it's your own money. And any money should be well cared for, because money's energy. And when you're trying to bring something to market, if you just try to spam it all so you get the market share, you're wasting money and you're making yourself look kind of silly in front of your competition. This is just my personal maverick opinion, having grown many businesses in my day. To success for the most part. Some I got out of early because I saw the trajectory and what it might look like and what it might yield in terms of a lifestyle and a payroll, and what I could do for other people that were actually working in our organization. And there's been times I've made a calculated decision to say goodbye to that business. It had nothing to do with the competition. It had to do with where I was going to go with it. And did I even want to compete in that industry? So the word competition to me brings up a lot of ideas. The one thing I will say about competition, my friend, is this. You cannot let it make you deer in headlights. You just can't. Deer in headlights means you're stagnant or moving backwards. So let's break it down for competition. Yes, it's important, number one, to know who your competitors are in your given field right now. Their product, their service, how it aligns to your product and service, price, quality, speed, pick two, and their marketing efforts. Because their marketing efforts could look stellar, but they might not have a prosperous business if they're not managing their resources and finances wise on the inside. How many people have you seen have this incredible market share, or so you think, in a product and service, and the next day they're out of business, metaphorically? Okay, so after that, of course you want to refine your product and service. That's why I work with so many clients in the world of revamps. We constantly need to be refining, almost reinventing ourselves to the market, because everything changes so rapidly now. And I will say, we're a multi-generational workforce. So what used to just be for the 20-year-olds or the 30-year-olds or the 50-year-olds are now, like many people, are wearing sneakers of all ages. I was just at a business luncheon today where the chairman of the board was 96 and had all wits about him and wearing sneakers. So we can't count anybody out. So think about that. If you can't count anybody out, you got a lot of competition. You can't let that slow you down. What I would say is know your competition, but don't let it define you. What you want to help in defining you is, how can I make my product or service better, true to my word? Am I consistent and predictable? And I kind of got off the track there a little earlier. Many years that I spent in the trade show and event business, I came across a gentleman that used to build exhibits in the modular world for other dealers worldwide. And he said, you know what makes me a success amongst my competition, Denise? I was like, no, what? He said, because our service is consistent and predictable. And our clients, without a flinch, know they can rely on us. That's what I think about competition, my friends. So in the world of competition, absolutely. You can bet that it's changing rapidly every day. Who you thought your competitor was yesterday may not be tomorrow. But be consistent and predictable in your efforts and have a brand, a vision that is consistent. So podcasting, we're coming into season 2. We've been live with you for about a year. It'll be a year at the end of November. Thank you very much for everybody that's joined in, gave feedback, taken surveys, laughed with us, came on the show. Everybody's important. Everybody matters, at least in my world. So we're in the middle of a little refresh. Why? Because we've learned a lot this year. We've learned so many things about podcasting and creating a show. Now, many of you know I had a show from 2016 to 18 on Hand Network, which was taken over or sold to Hirsch. And it was a different show. It was called The Daily Drive with Denise, and it was live audiences. We were the pioneers in live streaming, at least in Connecticut at that time. And the show, the station owners were very kind. to provide this opportunity, and we had a great exchange of creative talents, and I learned a lot. But at that time, I was not in charge of the production. I actually curated the guests, and I got to come in and sit down and do my show, which was a lot, and then market it thereafter. In this case, with this podcast, I thought, I'm going to do a podcast, and I'm going to keep it audio because that'll be easy, and I won't have to do my makeup or hair. And nobody will see how crazy I look in between clients and the businesses that I run. But guess what I learned? People really need to see us on YouTube. That changed the game. That is requiring additional people, more talent, more time. And based on the feedback we got, we decided that we are going to continue and pursue with an updated look for season 2. I can't wait to share with you more about it. It's still going to be Mav spilling the beans, Maverick wisdom with guests and sure shots with me, with a refreshed look and some refinement in our audio technology. We will still maintain our unedited organic selves because we're busy and we've got things to do. So some will still be self-managed by me. You'll always be seeing and hearing me. Hopefully someone will just help me in the back room a little bit, make some of the audio a little more consistent. I appreciate you hanging in with me. I appreciate you writing in with your questions. Those of you that have referred people to come on, thank you. You know, together we all move forward. Everybody has something positive to contribute. And that's how we stand out within the competition, my friends. You know what I'm going to say? Peace out, my friends. Mav has got to get back to work. Until the next time, thank you for sharing, liking, following. Visit DeniseDiGregoli.com for more about my creative services and give me a question in the contact form. I'll see you soon. Hey, it's Denise over at Mav's Coffee Clarity. Did you know we offer an insider bi-weekly brew delivered right to your inbox? We don't spam, but listen, it's got great insider tips, life hacks, and business intel you can use, fresh ideas, creative ideas to move forward. Visit DeniseDiGregoli.com and sign up today. I promise we don't sell your data, we don't share your data, we just talk to you via your email. Peace out, my friends. Mav's got to get back to work. I hope you're listening to the Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite pods.